And we are ready to go. First map, Arctic. We are ready to get into this game. This is AESIR EU versus Ivy, the first EU LAN match between these two very skillful top teams. And I mean, I'm here with Capsy. I'm Finn. So Capsy, Arctic, slightly newer map. Talk me through it. Talk me how it plays.
Well, Arctic has had a massive rework. It was heavily defender-sided, and Triangle Factory, the developers of the game, decided it's necessary to rework the map, make it more balanced. I'd say it's a pretty balanced map. Some might say it's attack-sided, but I guess we'll see tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely a map with those longer angles down the corridors that we see on a lot of the floors. Maybe like very heavily, it's a look very good for those players with good aim who have the skill at those long ranges. So it's going to be great to see some of that come out, especially when we go into the rifle rounds. I'm starting off with the pistol. We have Ivy on the defense and AESIR on the attack, and I mean, let's see how this plays out.
Yeah.
And we are ready to go. First round of the first map, AESIR versus Ivy. Let's go. Yeah, these players, you can already hear them communicating with each other. Top teams, communication is key, and team chemistry, and we're going to see lots of that today. We've had mixed matches all day. We've had a mix of different people trying out, playing with each other, but with these top teams who've played together for a long time. Zyda finds Ampot. Started off first kill of the day. Karamu finds Tats, got to back off quickly. Ran shuts him down for the refract. Here's sticking Zyda, trying to find some space, but Ran finds a second. He's pushing up, making more space, making room, seeing if they can set themselves up. They've got to be careful. Still two players kicking about. That's one that goes down, Itris, and it's just down to Wee Laddie. He's trying to find the space, reclaim the map. He finds the first. He needs to make 3 more. That's a second. The MP goes down 1 versus 2, but he's still got all of his HP. Bit of damage, but he gets to stim down. EMP's down. He is going to have to retake this. Recovering that utility. Time is of the essence. Fight, and he goes down to Rise. That is first round to AESIR on the pistol round. You can already hear in this room the energy is electric. They are over the moon with that first round, and this is only the start. Plenty of great rounds coming. And I mean, Capsy, tell us a bit about that round. How did we see that play out?
It seems like AESIR went for a pinch onto cafeteria. They're trying to get anyone there so they can have control of the middle side wall. And then yeah, once them two fell from Ivy, they just took everything they could and just dominated.
Yeah, and I mean, getting those early picks off of those roamers, those players playing off of site, really opened up the map for them, gave them that control to pinch onto that site and get that EMP down. A crucial gameplay. And I mean, interesting economy here from AESIR. Maybe getting a bit too excited. Of course, we can't talk about too much. These players are right in front of us and can't hear us. We'll be interested to see how we see this round play out as we go into this second round. Of course, we do have to say thank you to all of the people that make this possible. Thank you so much to Triangle Factory for supporting today's event, specifically Breacher's side of things. The wonderful developers of the game. Opening up early. Not trying to take too much space, not trying to get too excited. Both players want some pre-fires coming in. They know they're there. Neither seen each other yet though. Just letting off the pre-fires, seeing if they can catch someone off of guard. Not quite though. Backing off for now. The drone clearing angles, nice and slowly finding their space. Oh, there's Wee Laddie. He's putting in some damage. Beaver does find Tab. Zyda with that Vezin. Wee Laddie finds Zyda from behind. That's a Vezin on the floor. Rise is going to need to recover that or kill to get the kill. That's him down. Vezin is on the floor. They're going to need to recover that. Stick finds Karamu. 2 players left. 2 versus 2. Ampa finds Rise. Interest finds round 6 though. And it's just down to Stick to clutch up. He's got Spectral in hand. He finds the first. But that's a Vezin in Interest in his hand. He sees him. Puts in some damage with Stick. Finds that with the Vezin. Second round on the board for AESIR in the 1v1 and Capsy. An intense round. Vezins all across the floor. Especially with those second round Vezin buys. I mean, that was an interesting economy buy. Talk us through how that round played out.
Yeah, I mean, Ivy had the numbers against AESIR, but I mean they started to fall apart. I think Antbart I think was the last one of the ones to try and grab a Vezin on the floor, and I think they just got a bit too greedy for it, and well, they got took apart. So, bit sad.
And I mean, definitely, when you've got those one tap to the head rifles all over the floor, that's what everyone's after. That's what you want, and that's what wins and loses rounds. And when you see those on the floor, you just feel you've got to go for them. And I mean, both players at the end having Vezins there, that's what brought it down to the line at the end, that 1v1. But AESIR just making away with that in the end. Going into this next round now. Both teams with rifles now, thanks to that economy. Third round, especially for Ivy, that was a good save. Mostly Jespers there from them in that second round, so they do have the money for 5 Vezins despite losing 2 rounds in a row. Of course, AESIR with a stronger economy, able to not just get those Vezins, but that crucial utility to winning these rounds. They're going to want to keep that momentum going as we go into this third round. Tabs, window broken. He knows players are near him. He's playing it nice and careful though, not getting too excited trying to go for this. Yeah, both these teams play really slowly and methodically. Clearing angles slowly and making space. It's a good nade, but not quite far enough. Clearing carefully, Lan 6 finds one, making space. That's going to bring a lot of space up map. Adbot, he's really low and he's currently getting slightly pinched. Saida. Adbot finds one, Tabs finds Karamu though. Who's on council? What the hell? It's alright.
It looks like AESIR are trying to recover. It's a 3v3. It's it seems a bit scattered.
Yeah, I mean 3 versus 3, taking some heavy loss, trying to keep their angles, trying to get close to the side. The breaching foam goes down. Seeing if they can try and find some space here. That smoke in the way makes things a bit more complicated. Naze goes through inside up, finds Ambot. Idris and Beaver just left. But here comes Lan 6 from behind. He spots him in the smoke. The damage comes in and Zaida cleans it up from the front. It's just down to Beaver. He spots one. That's going to give away the position here. Rise swings out. Third round on the board for AESIR. Recovering that. And just the last moment, losing some players early as they tried to create the space and get up on the map. But Ivy just falling apart there towards the end as they lost the sight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a very fair fight. I mean, 3v3, but I think AESIR were more prepared for... Oh, EMP goes. AESIR were more prepared for what was in store for that site. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was something.
I mean, definitely a good first 3 rounds, especially in an environment like this. You've got many people watching you. You've got to keep the ball rolling and keep the mental up, which is what AESIR are doing here. You can hear them cheering with every kill. You've got their support from the sidelines, and their mental is up right now, which is just key. You can see them on the stream here, all of them communicating with each other, setting themselves up for hopefully what's going to be another round, especially with their strong economy. And I mean, interesting buys though from Ivy. Those who know Breaches quite well will see this as a bit of a weird one, a bit out there. And let's see if they can put it to work though. Seeing them start to make some space. Once again, playing this quite slow, not getting overly aggressive. Zaida spots Idris. Some damage comes in, I think through the wall bang. And that drone's just going to clear out these angles for now. Anbot finds Mr. Tabs though. If he can recover that Vez, and that's crucial. Anbot finds a second. Zaida on the refrag. But I mean, that's 2 players down, 2 crucial Vezins on the floor. Spawn 1, they're putting down the fire. Taking turns, peeking each other. Not able to get a kill off yet. Karamu takes quite a bit of damage from that though. Rise, he spots Idris. He's just going to back off of it now though. It's the wall bang. He's trying to find the space here. He knows Idris is close. He finds the first. Karamu on the refrag. Just on the side and ran though. It's a 2 versus 2. But with previously heavy roaming strategies from Ivy that they've seen in other rounds, they could be anywhere for them right now, and anywhere they are. Karamu finds Zyda on the flank, just down to Ran 6 here in the 1v2. I mean, could be 2 Vezins recovered if they blew the ground. Ran 6, he spots the first, he goes down. But there's WeeLaddie, and WeeLaddie finds the kill and puts the first round on the board for AESIR. And I mean, a crucial round it is, especially with an off buy there, a weird buy. I mean, Vipers, that's a weird buy, right, Capsy? You've got experience.
That was definitely a weird buy, but I mean, making that 1 round on defense means it can't be a 6-0, so less pressure for Ivy, more pressure for AESIR, but yeah, I mean, WeeLaddie was there for the refrag, so good positioning on their part, but yeah, we'll see what happens this round.
I mean, 3 rounds down, it's definitely a big morale booster, especially if you're Ivy here in the game and you've just lost 3 rounds. An off buy like that, a good call from the IGL there. A strange one, definitely, especially for those expensive, but not always the best SMGs, but they put it to work, recover those Ves, and are going to this round with likely newfound confidence and newfound brilliant rifles. So we go into round 5. Ivy's gonna want to keep this ball rolling. If they can go into an even half, bring it back on the attack. Highlights any. Once again, slow and methodical. That seems to be play here from AESIR. I mean, coordination. You can hear all just communicating with each other in this room. They are making sure not only is it slow, but it is methodical and sure and well thought out. Let's see. Wait for the execution to come into place. Wall bangs are coming in. They've got to be careful here. They don't get caught out. Proximity has gone off. It's going to give away a bit of a location. Anbot does find Rise. That's on the flank. He snuck in the staircase. Even I didn't realize, and I bet AESIR definitely did. He's going to get away with that kill for the time being. Stick, though, repaying the favor. Takes out Beaver, who's getting a bit too aggressive with his face. Insane. That's going to slow down any potential rush into sight. Not going to allow anyone to push in yet. The backup's coming in, but from both sides, still wary of that angle. But I mean, I think he's gotten away with that roaming kill here. Just taking turns, little peek. Stick, that's the EMP starting to go down though. He snuck onto side. Karamu finds tabs. Quick peek off, he finds the first. Ran finds interest though. Ran makes it a second. Karamu goes down. EMP is down as well. 2 versus 3 now. WeeLaddie and Anbud to recover the side and get that EMP. Turns off. Peeking into it. Zyda finds Anbud. It's just down to WeeLaddie. 1v2. The HP is low. But the beliefs are high. It's a 1 versus 2. He's got to get that EMP. Time, once again, of the essence. Both players nearby, but he's not watching Stick in the corner to find that kill. And that is the Ivy momentum gone for the time being. You can talk us through that round. Slow, methodical, and a lot of roamers catching people off.
Yeah, definitely. Picks coming out from both sides. I mean, it was just trades after trades after trades. And then WeeLaddie stuck in the 1v2. Good positioning from Ivy. Being able to stop the push from WeeLaddie onto Ran, who was quite low in that situation. But yeah, that's it was interesting.
Yeah, and a good round there. Just recovered from AESIR. At first, when they first lost to that roamer and they were taking a while to get onto site, you think it's all over for them. You think they're done there until you see the execution all come into place. You see the EMP go down. You realize that it's all been perfectly thought out. That's when you start to realize what a high-level team this is, and same with Ivy. I'm sure we'll see much more of when it's their turn on the attack. Talking about that, this is the last round before we swap sides. And I mean, Ivy, they have 1 round up. That's going to stop AESIR from getting a 6-0 match point going into the half. But it's not going to be much, to be honest. They definitely want to get the 2-6 score going into it, because I mean, 3-3 is off the boards now. No action yet, slow and methodical. It seems to be the AESIR play for this map, especially with those long angles. Many nooks and crannies you want to clear with all this complex obstacles in the way. Can't just be sprinting about. I mean, you saw at the end there, Stick tucked in the corner. That's all over this map. And if you play a bit too overconfident, there could be anyone lurking around the corner to wipe you out. They already got punished for it last round, and they're especially now gonna want to be watching out for that. Boom goes down. Mr. Tabs, fine niches. That's a nice early pick. The wall's gonna go down as well. Beaver watching for it. Nate comes into sight. Not gonna quite catch anyone off, but they're finding space. Making sure to punish this lack of angle holding where they were before. But Karamu with a double. That's gonna close that out. Zaidu refrags, gets Karamu out, but there's Antbot. Those Vipers at work again. WeLaddie with one as well. It's just down to Steck and he goes down. Second round on the board to Ivy. And what seemed like a good setup was quickly shut down by quite a few players. I mean, Cabsy, talk us through that round.
I mean, that round definitely played out how Ivy wanted it to. They got the 2 rounds on defense. Hopefully their attack is a bit better. And hopefully they can win or tie. Or not tie because it's overtime, but you know. But AESIR, it fell apart. Same with Ivy, but they had the flank. Karamu getting a 2k or 3k, I don't remember. But yeah, it was very, 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 very interesting.
Going into side swap now, Ivy on the attack. That's the kind of momentum you want to be feeling. That's the kind of confidence you want to be having going into the second half. New half, new you, new chance at taking this map. 4-2, plenty of chance to take it back. I mean, let's see how this one plays out. 15 seconds before we go into this. It's a new scene for both teams now. A new strats, and we're going to be seeing. We've definitely seen AESIR show how this map plays out and how well you can execute it. If you take things quite slowly, methodically, make sure you're clearing everything. Let's see if Ivy can replicate. Now notice, they hear the wall bangs. They've called the red room here. Wallbangs coming through the breachable wall here. No hits off just yet, but that's going to let away the positions. Loud and clear for the defending team here. A grenade goes in, but no one's that close for a Tabs. He finds space and he finds the first, taking the pick and backing off. Gonna find that space again. Still letting off little pre-fires here and there. Don't see if they can catch anyone off guard, especially with those wall bangs. 5 versus 4. Not a great start for Ivy, and they're taking it quite slow, but likely just getting themselves set up to rush onto this site now that they have this red room cleared. Taking it nice and slow, finding that map space. It's so crucial to the execution, especially at these high levels. Taking these sites, taking turns, peeking each other. It's a good nade. It's in the back of sight, but not quite catching anyone off. Bit of damage onto Zyda. He peeks out and he's got both players on him. Beaver finds that. That's going to even the playing field a bit, but it's also going to let them know exactly where some of the Ivy guys are. The breaching folk goes down. Idris finds an early pick onto Tabs. Rise, he finds Beaver swinging out. There's Karamu trying to recover the EMP. Rise gets caught on the retreat, but WeLaddie's in the instant. He's going to take some damage. Idris, that's when Stick ran with the refrag. Just down to round 6 though. He's 1 HP. He's got to do this now, but WeLaddie finds him. That's going to be 4-3, bringing this score even closer to even.
I mean, yeah, that was a very intense round. Definitely what Ivy wanted. They wanted to just win the rounds they can. The attack, they got shut down with the red room hold, but I mean, they recovered. They figured out what to do next, and well, they ended up winning. They can now put money into more util or anything like that. AESIR probably wanting to save, maybe like hold what they can. Maybe they want to force and see what they can do with winning next round, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, and it really shows how even though things can seem over for one of these teams, the strategy, the grand strategy has been there all along, setting themselves up nice and slow for the perfect execute, taking things fast at the last moment, catching them by surprise, and getting that round in the bag. 3 for Ivy now on the board, and that's going to be, what, 2 in a row?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's the kind of momentum you want to see, especially on that first half. And with the economy now in the pocket, you're going to see their buy there, and it's a strong one. Hatch comes in. They're going to hear that instantly and be wary of that. Interesting defense setup, especially when you look at where the sights are on this map. Karamu finds round 6. Tab swings out. He knows Karamu's there. He's chasing it in, but Karamu catches him, trying to get out of the window. Yeah, instantly 5v3. Finding space up now. Drone as well, checking all the angles. Just pistols on the AESIR side is not where you want to be. You can already see that. The Vezin is going to win that fight like 9 times out of 10. But there is a chance here. Backing up a bit with a slight idea of where the execute might come from. Once again, slow and methodical. They found those 2 early picks. They're going to capitalize over that, taking the space, but not going to get overconfident. They're going to wait, take it slowly. Beaver, he spots him. So he's finding the space. He's using it. He takes out Stick. He's got the space. Now is a chance for aggression. Rise tucked in the corner. He knows they're both there. He finds the first, but he's going to have to make it 4 more, and that's just not happening. 4 rounds on the board for Ivy, and that is going to be an even scoreboard. 4-4, I mean... Both teams 2 rounds away from taking this first map. And what do we see in that round, Capsy?
Yeah, I mean, Ivy, throughout most of the round, kept all 5 people. I mean, only losing 1 to, I think, Rise. That's definitely what you want on the 4th round with Vezins, because you want to keep the most amount of Vezins you can, so you're not spending more money and losing out on util that could be helpful for the push.
Definitely. I mean, we're seeing rifles now going into this 3rd round of the half on both sides. But of course, you know, Ivy with that stronger util, thanks to those extra kills and winning so many rounds in a row on the first half. It's what we saw from AESIR in the previous half. But now we're seeing it from Ivy, turning it around. And I mean, really showing, I mean, do you think this map is attacker-sided?
I mean, it's definitely seeming attacker-sided from, I mean, both AESIR and Ivy being dominant on the attacking side. But I think it's pretty balanced. It's just based on what team and how prepared you can, like, how prepared you are for what push, and, you know, just, yeah.
And we can definitely see that both these teams are really good at setting themselves up nice and slowly and executing a site in sync very well, but maybe not so good on the defending side, so maybe that could be the deciding factor here. Yeah, you can see it every single round, slow, methodical, but in the end, near flawless. Those rifles are going to make a big difference this time. They both know where each other are, not wanting to get too aggressive, not wanting to peek into each other. Wallbang's coming in, trying to get some early damage off, but it's not much yet. Slowly waiting for their chance to execute here. Still building up to this. You can see there's the hatch. Rand's gonna hear that. Flashbang comes in. With the flash off, Rand finds first. Can he make it a second? He can. Idris is gonna own that space now. That is his space. His map control, but Tabs with a triple! It's just Idris, and he is stuck on his own. They know where he is. I can't believe we missed that from Tabs. Looks like he lined them up and knocked them down. Zaya's gonna find that. If only we had a replay of Tabs there. But I mean, the energy in here, they are very happy with that one. Looks like he just lined them up and knocked them down. They stepped into line for him by the looks of it there. Idris pinned down on his own at the end, with Rand finding the first from that hatch. A bit too slow off the execute of the flash coming down that hatch. That could have been the difference between winning and losing this round. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, definitely. That's a very fair point. I mean, Tabs getting the 3K just on the people in that room, one room alone, just completely stopped the push. And Pipes being held really well by AESIR. I feel like you're just stuck in that corner as soon as you drop the hatch. If you can't get that space, you're trapped. That's just it. One nade, you could be gone.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we can talk about map control, as much as we can talk about teamwork here, a lot of it at the end of the day, a lot of it comes down to these solo plays, like that one we just saw from Mr. Tabs. That, in the end, is often what makes or breaks games like these. So a brilliant play from Tabs to put a round in this half on the board for AESIR. A great one to get that morale back up. And if they win this round, that will put them on match point. Haramu gets spotted by round 6 on a long angle. Oh, and he is yelling. He is happy with that one. That is the long angle aims that we are seeing in this map. Those long corridors. And I mean, round 6 putting that aim to good use. And putting that energy to good use there. We heard some strong, loving words from him there. They're going to be hearing steps, running around here, not getting too aggressive. They got that early pick. I mean, that's a massive early pick. You're not going to want to get too aggressive off the back of that. Staying humble, not getting their egos up. It does give Ivy a chance to work their way up, find a bit of space. They hear that shot let off, getting rid of that util, and that's going to be a chance at a wall bang. They know they got to be around there somewhere. Calls coming in, steps are coming in. Slowly clearing these angles. Beaver finds Zyda. That's a nice pick for Ivy, a nice confident pick that you're going to want to get. Especially if you've lost the first player like that. Nade comes in, Beaver just dodging that. Atreus does find round 6. There's Tabs. Beaver knows he's there. Tabs getting away just in time. Flash doesn't quite get him. Beaver gets away from it just in time. They both got to watch. They both want this pick. Tabs caught in the retreat. He finds the first. Reloading. He finds the second. Tabs, can he make it a third? There's Beaver, but no. Itris on the refrag. 2 versus 2 now. Stick and rise. Beaver and Itris. And I mean, wanting to just hold down this site for now. They know where each other are. They're hearing these shots. They're hearing these calls. Door blocker goes down. They know they're going to be there, and that's going to be the MP sound. They're going to know what's happening. EMP goes down, and now they got to go in the attack. It's a good nade. Itchus just getting away from it just in time. Here it comes, though. Stick finds that. 1 versus 1. It's Beaver. It's Stick. They need to get the EMP defuse, and Beaver doing this carefully. Doesn't want to get too aggressive. He has the chance to run down the time here with that smoke in place. Who knows where they could be. Stick pre-firing. He's baiting the EMP. Beaver, he's close, and he just goes down, and that's a 5th round on the board for Ivy. And both teams evened up once again. This just gets more and more tense, and this is only map 1. Capsy, tell us a bit about that round.
I mean, both teams, they both, fell to the ground, pretty quickly. I mean, Ivy had to recover from their loss. I mean, I think it was Karamu being picked off at the start by Ran. And then towards the end, we just had a ring around the rosy with Stick and Beaver. So the win to Ivy was definitely needed because we don't want it to get to overtime.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because that would have been the match point for AESIR. This round would have been match point for AESIR, but not quite. Both teams now have a chance to claim that match point. This is a close first map, definitely. But and that's a stressful situation at the end there for Stick and for Beaver in the 1v1 for that match point. You got to have a lot of respect for these players putting themselves out here on the stage to play in front of all of you guys. So, well done to both players in that one, but Beaver just snatching it. A lot of morale up on the Ivy side going into this round. I mean, interesting buy. Interesting buy on the AESIR side if you look closely.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
And with that lower economy, let's see if they can put those weapons to good use, though. Of course, Ivy down on the economy as well, not quite capitalizing off of that round. Maybe the economy not quite where they want it to be to get around, so not too high on it either.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping people alive is definitely necessary. I mean, holding on to Vezins, holding on to Util, just so you don't have to buy it again, having the most amount of money for every round.
Good nade. Tap's getting away from it just in time. Karamu, he's quite low. He's trying to find space up here. That's another good nade. Karamu almost peeks into it. Just dodges it just in time. They know where each other are. That's a second good nade. Wee Laddie taking a considerable amount of damage from that. Round 6 cleans that one up. Wee Laddie's going to go down. Round 6, they know he's got to be close now. And he has the chance to hold this down. Karamu searching for that kill. He spots round 6, but Rise finds him with the trip mines. And Antbot finds Tabs. Tabs going to go down. Vezin on the floor, but Antbot takes quite a bit of damage. Interest punishes Zyda for trying to clean that one up. 3-3, punishment after punishment. This one's close.
Yeah, definitely. A hatch is blown. AESIR probably wondering if there's someone on the hatch or not. Definitely a scary place to be if you're near hatch.
I mean, what's going on with the AESIR buy? I swear they had more weapons going into this. I don't know if this is a UI bug now.
Yeah, UI bug.
UI
definitely.
bug, okay.
Yeah.
We do see that they still have their weapons in hand, and I'm sure production will be fixing that as soon as possible. In the meantime, you can see here what they have, and they are adamantly holding these angles. It's these quick moments of action and slow build-ups, and we are at the end of that build-up. Rice finds the first Beaver, punishes, Interest, peaks, too fast, Rand cleans that up, and just out to Beaver, he's stuck in, he finds the first, round 6, and Beaver in the 1v1. Beaver seeing if he can go, seeing if he can get that EMP down. He knows round 6 is going to be here. Round 6 is going to hear that. He's going to see if he can punish it. Capitalize off of it. He's hearing the steps. Is it a bait? Is he going for it? And that is time! Round 6, baiting him out. You can see there, running in circles. There was no push from Rand. He ran in circles and he won the round. And it's these interesting strategies that at the end of the day that make this so hilariously interesting. You see the replay here. Punishment after punishment. Interest pushes too fast. Beaver gets caught. Both players on both sides. He finds the first, but the time is out. I mean, I guess that's what happens sometimes when you take things a bit too slow and a bit too steady. What do you think, Capsy?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think Rand going for the audio bait definitely caught Beaver off guard. I mean, he didn't realize the time he had left to plant the EMP, but getting the plant could have left him, I believe, with 45 seconds to hold the EMP. So yeah, unlucky.
And that is going to be match point for AESIR. If they win this map, that means they only have to win the next map, and they will be your EU champions for today. I mean, at the first ever Breachers EU LAN.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if it gets to a 6-6, overtime is enabled, meaning one more round will happen. The winner of that round is declared the winner of this map.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot to play for in this round alone. Once again, back at the Red Room, deja vu here. We know what happened last time. Can both teams, well, work on what happened before and see if they can bring this back here? Wall bangs once again. No punishment yet. No over-peaking from either team. Finding space slowly, as you do. No response besides the continuous wall bangs from the defenders. Sticks gonna spot that roamer on the stairs. He does hear that, and we can hear the calls going off in the room. It's this kind of communication that really helps a team go from any old team to a well-polished competitive team. Tabs finds Beaver a nice early pick. Beatrice finding space. They know he's got to be there. Tabs swings out. He finds the first. He finds the second. Shuts that down. Wheelani does punish. But Zyda on the refrag. That is going to be that shutdown for the time being. All down to Antbot with his Vezin. With his Viper. With his Viper. He takes some damage. They're all over him. And that is it. AESIR are winning the first map of today. A 7-5. A close map. And I mean, Capsy, the whole map. I mean, what did we say there? Talk to us about it a bit.
I mean, AESIR definitely started with what, 3 rounds to 0. And
Yeah.
Ivy with the recovery for getting 5 rounds. Definitely a brilliant performance from Ivy. But AESIR just they got the last round that they wanted. So 7-5, map 1, and it will move on to the next map in a moment.
I mean, definitely, you got to be really happy after that one. As I said, first map of the first EU LAN. I know a lot of these players would be happy to be here, but would be even happier to win this and have this under their belts as victory forever. And of course, as we're also happy to be here, we're very happy to people who make this possible. Thank you to specifically Triangle Factory, the amazing developers of this game, and one of the companies that makes this whole event possible for, making the whole thing possible, as I said. So, I mean, yeah. Amazing stuff. Amazing first map. I believe we'll be right back as soon as it's possible. 2 to 3 minute break.
Just so they can have a little rest. We are all there on countdown.
Wants to go. The second map is starting. It will be Hideout. Come to the stage room seating area if you want to watch. And I mean, yeah, we're going to be starting with AESIR on the attack, Ivy on the defense. We saw some great things from AESIR on the attack, closing out the rounds on defense though. Let's see if they can replicate that and finish it out here.
Yeah, I mean, Hideout is known for being an attacker-sided map, so let's see what Ivy can do again on defense. Hoping their defense is a bit better on a map they know more than Arctic, which had a rework just a few months ago, so yeah.
Yeah, and I've definitely heard some things from some of the Ivy members about their confidence with this map, so let's see if they can match what they're saying about it and do that work, get that victory, and bring us to map 3, which will be Ship. Getting ready to go into it now. Map 2 starts now instantly. Drone goes down on the hatch. The drone comes in. They see the drone goes down. They know Beaver's going to be there. You got to be careful. He could still be close. They spot him. Could still be close. I think round 6 spots him. I think they know where he is. While they're sorting that out, they got to set themselves up for the push on top floor. Beaver finds Rand, shuts that down early. A nice early pick. Looks like AESIR isn't going to chase that one down. Trying to see if they can get a wall bank through there. Prox goes off. They know they're going to be set up outside. Ready to push in, finding map space. Foam goes down, wall is open, and they're going to see if they can get a pick across the side. That smoke's going to block some of the view, some of those cross angles. They're keeping the fire down. No EMP yet. They're going to hear that audio cue, and the EMP is going to start to go down. Nade goes in. A lot of nades come out. We're watching for it. EMP, but Beaver's up close. He finds it. They're all pushing out now, shutting it down completely. It's just down to Rise in the 1v2. He finds the first, but he can't find the second. And I mean, it was a good execute. It was a good execute from AESIR. They baited out that first nade, put the EMP down, and then they went for it again. But Ivy, reading that perfectly, 4 of them rushed out, and they just weren't ready to take that tabs, finding 2, but it wasn't enough to shut that down, and losing that 1v1 at the end. So a close round, but a round nonetheless. What do you think, Capsy?
I mean, yeah, Ivy saw the smoke, or placed the smoke down, and they saw that as their opportunity to surprise AESIR. AESIR were not prepared for the attack on defense. So, yeah, I mean, AESIR being shut down very quickly by Ivy and getting the money and getting the util that they wanted, and AESIR looking to do what they can with the round in its current situation.
Yeah, a close round. Quite a few kills come in. The economy is quite high for both teams, but no chance at a rifle for AESIR. There is a chance for Ivy if they do wish. Bottom floor side. This is often one that we see executed on B. We could see an A play here. But I mean, B is usually the popular one for teams, and it's perfected. It is every single game that is played, the meta changes, and it's constantly developing for this site. One of the most popular and one of the most popular maps. The breach comes in. Hatch breach comes in. The drone taken down instantly. Rise is going to get a bit of info about some of the players there. They're not going to drop in yet. Atris finds round 6. The round 6 gets a bit too free with how much space he can take. Oversteps his welcome a bit too much. And they're still wary of this hatch. Playing it nice and slow. Stick, Rise and Stick, drop in. They found one. Are they ready? They spot him on the flank. Karamu takes damage. He gets one with the nade. Rise chasing. He gets some damage, but Beaver swings down and shuts him down from behind. 2 rounds on the board for Ivy, keeping both of the Vezins they purchased that round. That is going to be crucial for the economy going into round 3. I mean, they just got pinched here, shut down that nade, shuts down Zyda, and that Vezin was put to work as soon as Beaver could swing out.
I mean, yeah, so Ivy, I mean, their teamwork is impeccable so far. AESIR just being picked apart one by one, trying to get teamwork going. A miscommunication between Rise and Stick. Rise stuck in the corner, and Stick pushing out, wanting to high-low, but Rise, Stick coming down to, I think, Karamu. So, yeah, I mean, they ended up just having 1v1s, which were not ideal.
Yeah, definitely not ideal. Getting shot down in those 1v1s. And I mean, most of the time when you have the pistol, you're going to lose to those rifles. phase though, chance of redemption. Round 3, of course, we lost AESIR. We watched Ivy lose 3 rounds before and still nearly take this game back. I mean, an interesting defense setup from the Ivy team. If you look at their highlights on the screen. Hayes coming in instant. That's going to slow down the push a bit. I mean, heavily contested in the garage here. They know one's got to be close. Karamu, he's trying to find space. He's peeking out. Flashed for the time being. Not able to find space yet. Karamu holding down the fort here. Not letting anyone try inside it. Tries for the pre-fire, but they're just taking turns. The prox is going to go off. Of course, Karamu sees it anyway. A nice little trade of players there. Fighting space in the garage. And the wallbang's going to come in. They know they've got to be close side. Spots the first on the flank, but now the double flank comes in. Beaver finds one. Rise is behind them, though, and they were not ready for that. Shut down by a player behind, just Wheelad. He's got that stim. He's going to get away with his life, and he's going to be able to back off. 1 versus 2. Both players with Vezins, all players with Vezins, and they're ready to reset themselves and see if they can go for this attack again.
Yeah, I mean, that was interesting. I think Ivy were, I mean, yeah, they went for the unexpected retake onto Garage, but got shut down by Rise on their flank. So, yeah.
They got to be careful. He could be anywhere at this point. The MP starts to go down. He finds the first, though the flank is paying off. He takes some damage. They know he's there. Rise. With that Vezin. EMP is not quite down. There's 40 seconds to finish it off. He knows he's got to be over there somewhere. The head is spotted. Wheelad, he tries to go for it, but he can't quite. This is tense. He runs past the door. He just makes it past. He spots him! And he gets that kill! In the 1v2 clutch! He is going to get away with that 3rd round. It seemed to end the bag for AESIR with the 2v1. But oh my goodness, Wheelad just spotting the head and just shutting that down.
I mean, could we see the roles reverse? A 3-0 onto AESIR. Last map was a 3-0 onto Ivy. Could it be 7-5 to Ivy this time? Who knows?
A strong start indeed. You're going to be happy with that one. A great clutch from Wee Laddie there. I'm glad we got to see it all happen.
Everyone's happy about that. Everyone on Ivy.
Except AESIR.
Yeah, obviously. Everyone on Ivy is happy about that. AESIR might need to use this bye phase to rethink what went wrong and what could be done to counter Ivy.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of morale will be lost after that one. When it seems in the bag, you just got to be a bit down on yourself when you lose a round like that. Let's see if they can take it back, though. There's still a chance to even up this half if they really put in the work. 3 rounds. I don't know if they have the economy for it, but it's not impossible. Both teams taking it slow.
AESIR encountering a bug with the window, not being able to vault into it.
Finding space, bit of a wall bang comes in, might give away the position a bit. And they hear that foam go down. And the prox goes off once again, a crucial prox position. They're gonna want to get that out of there. Rise! Does he? They gotta be careful. Rise finds him on the flank. That's gonna be shut down. And with the flanker shut down, they could be ready to execute onto the site now. Nice and slow. 5 players still alive for AESIR. But still, those weapons are brutal on the Ivy side. Those Vezins, those one-tap Vezins. The proximity goes off again. Know where players are got to be. The nade narrowly missing. Tabs takes some damage from that one. But Ran finds space. He gets taken down by Karamu, punishing that. EMP down, though. That is crucial for defending his position. Tabs leaning out, finds Karamu. Beaver punishes Stick. Zyda and Rise in the 3 versus 2. Beaver and Wee Laddie are going to have to go for the retake here. Is there time, though? That instant is going to slow down Beaver a bit. He's going to be watching to see if he can catch anyone off guard, to catch anyone trying to cross out. He sees Stick, but Rise finds Wee Laddie on the flag. It's all down to Beaver. The 1 versus 3. AESIR needs this round in the back. He finds the first. He's going to have to make it 2 more, and he doesn't have the time for it. He has the best, but Rise swings that round the corner and finds that kill. First round on the board for AESIR in this map, and they're going to be happy with that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes to show that Rise's reaction, most likely to audio, shows audio in this game is key. As you see Rise instantly flick around that corner.
Instant flick.
Yeah, so a bit of a setback for Ivy, but they can most likely come back. Maybe AESIR has found a way to counter Ivy in their strats.
This early on in the game, that would be absolutely massive. Round 4, bottom floor, sights again, back at it. We've seen this twice before already, so, or once before at least, so time to rethink their previous mistakes, work on it, and do stuff maybe just a bit better this time. Time already started. The wall is gonna go down. Nade comes in, it's good, but not quite good enough. Not quite deep enough into sight. Wallbangs coming in towards backside. Tab spots Itris and Ran finds Beaver. 2 kills, both great respectively. They're gonna make that flank back off with that smoke. Finding space on site, Tabs finds Wee Laddie, a massive kill right now. They don't know where the last 2 players are. They find one, Karamu goes down, and it's all just down to Adbot. And he lays his guard down. Round 2 on the board for AESIR.
Oh, the timing on that kill, as soon as Antbot's gun went down, instantly Rise swung and got the pick. I mean, That must be annoying and a bit of a mental setback for Antbot.
I mean, definitely at that point, though, when you just have the Spectral in hand, the 1v5 almost seems impossible. I feel like that round was lost as soon as those first two picks came in. Crucial picks, definitely, especially these players. Yeah, I mean, now, last round in the half. Chance for AESIR to make the 3-3 half comeback, which would be more than Ivy did in the previous game. And that could be massive. That's what they want. That's what they need for the momentum going into the second half as well. I mean, we did see both teams perform better on attack slightly, so in the previous map, so we could see the same from Ivy going into the attack on Hideout. Good buys from both teams, though. It's going to be an interesting, fast-paced round, definitely, with these one-tap headshots. Wallbang comes in. They know he's got to be somewhere over towards there. The window's broken. Both windows broken. They're trying to find space, and Beaver's trying to shut it down before they can even get close. No damage done with the wallbang quite yet, though. Foam goes down. They're going to hear that go down. And they're going to absolutely ruin that wall. Lots of wallbang through there. Wall goes down. There's a chance for kills here. Smoke on the doorway is going to make things a bit difficult for both teams here. Antbot finds tabs, though, on the flank or the long angle. Neither team making a massive move quite yet. In a bit of a stalemate here on the B side. Nade into backside. Doesn't quite find either player. But sticks. He's got another one. It goes to the back. Doesn't quite catch any other players as both nades used. Ran finds Itris. A big kill to try and make space on the site. He doesn't quite make it a double. Not quite yet. He's going to make the defense on that side just a bit weaker. Karamu just spots Ran. Sneaking around with the EMP. He's going to go for the plan. Not just a bait, but get it down fully. Rise finds Antbot. Getting a bit too overexcited with how much space he can take. And it's just down to these two on site now for the retake. A 2 versus 4. What's looking to be around in the hands of AESIR, unless Ivy can pull off something crazy. Zyda finds Karamun. It's looking very unlikely. Beaver now in the 1v4. They know where he is. They see him and he gets caught out. And that is going to be the 3-3 half going into the second half of this map. If AESIR can take this, that will be the game.
Yeah, it's now side swap. Ivy on defense, Ivy on attack, AESIR on defense. Let's see if Ivy's attack is any better than their defense. Hopefully, catching more rounds than AESIR could. I mean, 3-3, yeah, I don't know what to say.
I mean, we definitely saw some strong attacking from the Ivy team in the previous map. Let's hope it carries over onto this map, which they have said they're a lot more confident on. I mean, in the first half, they didn't do too well in the previous game's first half, so let's not expect loads so far.
They went single. Yeah, but they don't know their own time, do they? Okay. They could do yeah. I think they figured it out. Yeah.
Going into this round now, they're going to hear those doors get broken. I think this is a middle floor site. Once again, AESIR, the garage is always quite a popular location to push. So they're being very wary over there. They do have to be careful. There's no flank. There's no strange push here. There's no other side. Ran letting off some shots towards garage. He's taking quite a bit of damage. He finds one on the outside, though. They know there's going to be a flanker sneaking around over there. He spots both of them sneaking around, getting up close towards the wall. That's going to give off the information that they're on this A site. Four versus 4, quite even, but the info is given up about the location of Ivy. A pick let off on both sides. I was planning on I was going to stage. Yeah, take them over. I'll take them straight. Yeah. Of course. Still slowly. It's these quick moments of action and then build up to what's going to happen next. Both teams setting themselves up for what could happen next here.
I mean, I wonder what AESIR are thinking right now. They could be thinking, I mean, are they gonna stick with staying A? Are they gonna fake? Are they double faking? You don't know really.
Definitely have to be ready for. That wasn't even me. That was Capsy, guys. And the breach, the breaching foam is gonna go down. It's gonna open up the wall. And then it's gonna let Leto go where information of where they are. The breaching goes down on B now though. It's a fake stick. Finds Wheeladdy, but Interest returns the favor. Rise holding down the side from behind the counter. Karamu finds him, but Stick and Tabs they're looking the wrong way. It's just on the Stick versus Beaver. Beaver with the Cyclone. He can't quite find Stick, not yet at least. There's still a chance for both players. It's a 1v1. They don't know where each other are, but he peeks into him! And AESIR puts a 4th round on the board, and the first in this half. A great long round.
Oh my lord, that was intense. Stick in this situation was not prepared, but still ended up getting the kill.
Who yelled sharp? That wasn't even me. Side second one. It's just not on. Of course, in LAN, we do have to be careful that none of the casters, none of the players say too much that could give away positions of players.
But again, I mean, teams can give fake comms. I mean, they can just shout at the top of their lungs they're going to do something and just not do it. It's still a mental game now.
But a good first round from AESIR, and they're going to have the economy up. Not going to be able to quite match Ivy. They're not going to quite match that. That's so mean. It wasn't even me. I'm so tilted right now. Casting tilted. It's not on. It's not on though.
AESIR giving
Close.
estimates of what they're doing. I mean, both teams. I mean, do they have much info? There's not much noise happening.
Teams setting themselves up for an attack. Good here, steps and sides. Could give away info about sides. Looks like the wall gets broken and all 4 pile in to go down instantly, but they're finding space into sight but getting aggressive. Stick punishes and that's shut down instantly. And I mean, they are so happy right now. You see them dancing on stage over the moon. It was an interesting push, an interesting tactic that didn't quite work out. And Stick, with quite a few kills there, shutting that down, that Vez, and putting it to work. And I mean, for an off round where you've only got the pistols, I guess it's alright to do. Get that round out of the way, see if you can just try something crazy. But now in the rifles, let's hope we see some things a bit more serious, considering AESIR are only 2 rounds away from taking this victory. I mean, that reality's got to set in for Ivy soon. They have 2 rounds, 1 round of leeway here. They cannot let AESIR get 2 more rounds here. They're going to have to make the 5-round comeback now. It's not impossible. It's far from impossible, but they need to start on it now.
I mean, if you're on Ivy, I mean, you could hope for making it a tie, making it go into overround. Everyone has a set amount of money, so you don't have to worry about economy for the final round and before overtime. Just hoping that you got to win. Put everything in.
It wasn't even me. What am I doing? That's disrespectful. Garage door broken. They're going to get a bit of info about that. They're going to hear the steps. They're going to see the wall bang. They're going to know they're finding space in garage. Going to have to set themselves up to respond. And Bud trying to find a bit of damage. Rise with an early pick on Karamu, trying to make it across there. And a second through the wall onto Antbot. That's going to be a strong first 2 picks. The wall does go down. Grenade. Rand does find Beaver. Tabs. Finding space, but Itris shuts him down. Stake on the refrag though. Punishing that. We're just looking at Wee Laddie. He does find round 6. He does find a second. This is now far from impossible. It's a 1v2. We've seen him do it before on this exact floor, this exact map. He breaks the door blocker. They're going to hear that proxy. They're going to know where he is. He's going to have to set himself up soon. They are going to know that EMP is currently sitting in garage. Slowly trying to find space. Both teams. I mean, AESIR. It's an intense moment. Wee Laddie needs to win this. He wants to keep it going. Rise with the slide peek. Shots that one down.
It is now rounds. Is now 6 rounds to AESIR. That means Ivy needs to get 2 6 rounds to make it to overtime, so they can have another chance of winning this map. Meaning they have the third map to try and win.
And this is going to be match point to AESIR for this map. Ivy are going to need to bring this not only to overtime, but then win that overtime if they want to bring this to a third. This could close out for AESIR if they bring it. Ivy could keep the ball rolling if they keep up the work. This is getting really close here. An intense and very important round. And you can tell it's going to be getting intense. These players are going to be near shaking right now. The nerves are going to be high. So just we're building up now. Bye phase nearly over. It's about time to start. And what could be the last round and what could be the start of the Ivy comeback. And you hear the skylight break. Zydo with an early pick onto Beaver. It's a good one to open with. Responding to that pick. They don't quite see anyone. A bit wary. AESIR is not entirely sure where these players could be. Playing it slow. Hearing them. Karamu does find Mr. Tabs. That's a good pick on the board for Ivy, definitely. And that is going to be a Vezem recovered as well, an important weapon in the hands of now Karamu, a player we've seen great things from so far today. Yeah, Proxy goes off, 1.5 minutes left in this crucial round. They hear the foam go down. Itris is spotted, round 6 finds him. The foam down, there's a chance for a push any time now. 3 versus 4 goes down, but the Ensign blocking the doorway as well. Players holding the angle. EMP is going down on A. They were not ready. B, sorry, they were not ready for this. Karamu kills Rise. That is going to be the hallway on lockdown. But round 6 from the rotation in the 2 versus 2 now. 1 versus 2. Wee Laddie finds the first, and that is going to be the game. AESIR, if they can defuse the EMP, will be your EU champions today. And that is going to be the game. AESIR EU taking it with 2 maps, 5-7, and the 7-5 and 7-3. And that is going to be it. I mean, Capsy, talk us about that map. Talk to us about that.
I mean, Ivy had the defense locked down until AESIR. I mean, they seem to find a crack in their strats, and I mean, it seemed what they found definitely works. And I mean, yeah, AESIR just dominating now. I'm sad to see for some, but good to see for others.
Yeah, some people expecting that AESIR win, and doing the cams through that, I saw so many different angles, like the round before the final there, Rise holding that pixel peak, but players on Ivy as well, they had such good pushes and it just worked out. That is the Breachers showcase now done. AESIR winning 2 maps, Ivy not managing to win 1. It was wonderful to be a part of this. But this is the end of VR Meet 24. We do have an interview coming up with AESIR, and Finto is going to be hosting that. Huge thank you to everyone watching, and we will more than likely see you soon.